Thank you very much.
Thank you. That was
Fusion's up next, and they're going to show us up, so stay and listen.
Yeah. That was scary. Fusion! Guys! My comment. Look out! Dude! Run, Forrest!
Derek! Everyone chant for Derek!
Why is he doing that? He did
Shouldn't have did that. My heart's going. Oh! He fights it! Another one.
He fell?
He is okay, you guys. Everything is okay.
You just kind of go, "Ooh, yeah, right on," and then like walk away. like you personally, I'm not asking what I should do. I'm asking what's your routine? What do you do?
Lead with the left.
Lead with the left. I don't
Because
know how I'm using this one at all.
Because yeah, it's your jab. Because you're right-handed.
No, I'm gonna fight with my left like behind my back.
Well, you asked
This is
what
no
I
good.
would
This
do.
is like a noodle over here.
You asked what I would do.
Okay, so
If you don't want an answer to the question, don't ask it.
yeah, with the left.
That's what a jab looks like.
Yeah.
Okay. And then like
from the shoulder.
maybe give it like 3 quick jabs and then a right cross.
3 quick in a row?
Yeah.
I need a rest between them. In the back. Jab! 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 And then I sit down for a while. Be like, wait right there. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Jab!
You see my footprints on it too. So give it some kicks.
I prefer to actually. That's how I be. Jab!
Smack him in the nuts like that.
Well,
good.
That's where they are. I mean, I'm not.
I'm in the D. Derek, it's a pleasure to have you watch me dance. Thank you for doing that. You're getting married, dude. I'm so proud of you. This is like exactly where you need to be, and it's true, pure love that you can't escape, nor should you want to, because it's good. It energizes you. I've seen that. So I'm going to talk about how I met you, which was on Craigslist, and you are by far the best person that I've ever met there. You didn't try to mug me or steal my car, and you didn't rip me off. No, you've only given me like really full, whole, holistic, happy, total experiences since I've known you, and you've really been my best friend since I moved here. And I remember when I first called you after reaching out on Craigslist, we talked on the phone for maybe an hour. I had got a ticket on my car, and you just talked to me about all sorts of different things. I loved how we could really communicate openly, and there just never seems to be, it's an endless well with you. There's no running out of words, there's no running out of thoughts. You're a very curious, intellectual man, and also just a total goof ass. I love you. I'm thinking of a funny memory that I have with you. I remember on tour, we just did like a 3-day run, and I don't think you were very into it. I mean, you missed your boo, and you didn't like sleeping on the floor, and it was just a little too messy. You're a punk rock guy, but this was just like a shoddy thing. And I remember we're all in Starbucks hanging out, and I'm looking around like, where the hell is Derek? And so I walk outside, see the van, very far away, 2 football fields away, parked in the back corner of the parking lot. I go over and you're in there, and I tap on the window. Hey, Derek, do you need a coffee or anything? And you turn to me, just such like curmudgeon, like grandpa Derek, like when Derek's in a bad mood. You said, if I wanted a coffee, I would have gotten a coffee. I think you're ready to go home, but we ended up just both cracking up. I was like, "Is everything okay?" And you were like, "Yeah, it's fine. I'm a grump in the morning." And it was really sweet in some weird kind of way. But you've just been the best bandmate. I really appreciate how you hear everyone's idea out and help orchestrate and deliver understanding across the board. I never know what the hell I'm talking about, but you know what I'm talking about, and you always can de-scramble it and make it make sense to everyone. And just the kind, sweet things you do, upgrading the band room, fixing it up, cleaning up after people, really just being a true champion and just the most valuable bandmate that I've ever had. I've really appreciated you as a friend and a fellow musician, and I'm really inspired by you and Jordan's love, and I'm looking forward to everything that happens. So Godspeed, my friend, and I'll always be here for you. Toodles, buddy.
Dude! Yeah!
Whoa! Okay. Keep it up there. Yeah.
Now what?
Eject the shell. Eject the shell. Dude, go for your gopher, man.
Your worth, aim for one of the pumpkins. Oh yeah, hit the gopher.
All right.
Car.
So there we go.
Don't shoot. There's a car.
I'll go for that yellow gourd, I guess. That
Wait till when the car is gone.
on the left.
Don't shoot yet.
Hey Derek, what's up? I just want to let you know I just littered off this bridge and I'm really excited to become family with you. That way I can borrow money from you. Cool. You rock. Cool. congratulations.
And we've been together for about a week. We had like 3 practices.
Everything's already written down. Now it's time to think. Everything's already written down.
Yeah, we were talking about that. We're actually listening to it.
Technically at the same time. We have one more song. We have one more song to play. Alright, let me make sure. Alright, this song is called It's Fun to Live.
Derek, as well. I was having trouble just finding words to put down. So I had some other people put some words down for me. Videoed other people saying some things. But I just wanted to say congratulations, man. I'm so happy for you. Finding love and happiness and getting married, and it just makes me so happy because you're a great person, and in like these times where there's so many crummy people coming out of the woodworks, it just makes me happy to know you exist, man. Like, you make me happy, so I think that's good, man. We need more people like you in the world, and less people with shifty eyes like me as I'm making this. All right, go ahead and check out what these other folks had to say, though. I love you, man. I'm happy for you. Have fun tonight. I wish I was there with you. All right, bye.
Hello. When I think of Derek, I think of the rainbow of brown that can be worn.
I remember covering your room in gift wrap as wallpaper, and you did that for years, man. That's kind of cool.
When I think of Derek, I think of dancing. And when I think of you, I always think of music.
When I think of Derek, I think about all the music that he's introduced me to, and like there's a time I went to his house, and we ate pizza, and we listened to the Roundabout, I think like 40 times, and I never listened to prog rock, and like you've already thought that it was okay to listen to prog rock, and it's like, yeah, you like what you like. I listen to Cap'n Jazz and just listen to different records and geeking out on it, and that's what I think of when I think of Derek. That.
When I think of Derek, I think of several things, particularly his impeccable diet of Peachos and gummy worms and fruit snacks, but especially his nose flute skills.
When I think of Derek, I mostly think about climbing silo, I guess. Yeah, climbing silo and...
Yeah, Derek, I like you a lot, but you still got webbed feet. Is that the reason why you don't come over to Roslyn anymore? Catch you later. Good luck on your wedding. You're gonna need it. And then some.
When I think of Derek, I think of his great generosity, especially when he lent me his guitar in high school. Thank you, Derek. One of these days, I'll try to get it back to you.
When I think of Derek, I guess I think of Razzmatazz. Yeah, Razzmatazz, the fountain drink.
I don't really remember the first time that I met Derek. Obviously, I was young, but I have these memories of him growing up, and I just always thought that he was the coolest person that there was. Like, I have this memory of, like, he was in town and going to our backyard at home, and he was back there, and he had like black sunglasses. He just seemed really cool. He was my brother, my older brother, and he just did cool things like wear black sunglasses. And I remember we'd go to Montana sometimes and watch him play baseball. He played baseball, and that was really cool to me. Also, always just really, I thought he was hilarious, and I thought that he invented everything funny. I remember one time he did the joke where if someone said like, "Oh, I'm tired," he'd be like, "Oh, I'm Derek. Nice to meet you." And I thought that was amazing. And then like a few days later, someone at school did the same thing. I was like, "Hey, my brother came up with that." Like I thought that Derek was the one who came up with all these jokes. But yeah, I think my earliest memories of Derek were he was my really cool, funny older brother, and who I wanted to be around. In fact, I remember when he was in town, I'd just follow him around, or even when he lived with us, I would just, wherever he went, I would follow him, and I knew that he did not enjoy that, but I just wanted to be near him, wanted to be like him.
Hi Derek. I just wanted to say congratulations on your almost married state. I feel you've come a long way since I met you 10 years ago, 9 years ago or so, back in the Spokane, Washington. And you were quite awkward then. Had a little problem talking to ladies, talking to the cashier, talking to your, bartender. You're a little bit funky. And that's part of your charm. But you moved to Seattle. You really came out of your shell. I'm so happy you met the love of your life here and were able to just, be more comfortable in your own skin. I know that no matter what, you're definitely going to be the best dancer at your wedding. You've got moves. And I hope to see you shake it on the dance floor. Anyway, best of luck to you. And congratulations again. Bye.
Hey Derek. So, first time we met, Shadle Park High School, my sophomore year. We had a Spanish class together in the portables immediately after lunch. One day we're standing there, nobody else is around, the door's locked. I guess we both got back early. You looked anxious, maybe annoyed. You were wearing a Weezer ball cap. And I decided I was gonna try and talk to you. I asked you where you'd gone to lunch, and you just told me that you'd gone home, and then you made it pretty fucking obvious that you didn't want to have the conversation, you didn't want me around, so that was the end of that. I honestly don't remember what the catalyst for the second conversation was. The earliest memory I have of a complete conversation with you was we were talking about ostriches. I have no idea how we ended up on that topic, but we were talking about ostriches and how strange they looked. Like one of the strangest animals on the planet Earth. And we were both totally outraged by the fact that they're so goddamn judgmental. Like the way that they look at you. And I remember you whipped out one of the best ostrich impressions I've ever seen to this day. Totally hidden talent. You should develop that. It's great. So it wasn't long after that we were just annoying the hell out of everybody around us with Seinfeld and Office Space references, like we were talking in our own language. It was great. We had a lot of good times. I remember exploring Shadle Park with you when we had the stage crew keys and almost getting locked in the school. I still don't understand why a high school needs a complicated series of self-locking metal cages in the basement. That's fucking weird. It's been a privilege though to watch you grow into who you are now, and I'm really happy for you, and it's the happiest I've ever seen you, and that makes me really happy. I love you, man, and with Darren's help, we'll get that chicken.
Superman or Rico? Superman or Rico, go.
Take your pick, I'll let you know.
Take Rico. Go.
Oh my god. Superman's on this.
Here we go.
This guy's gonna.
Let's go. Make sure everything's level.
Make sure the elbows,
That's right. Eric and I are.
Those elbows gotta be straight. Look up here. Oh my god. Straight up and down, straight up. Right. You might win.
I am.
Awesome. You might win. I'm sure you might win.
Oh wait, what's that hand on the table? You can't put a hand on the table, right?
Yes, you can.
Break this right here.
Don't hold hands and shit. That's weird.
The table.
Oh my God, he's
touching
him.
Let's go.
You guys ready? It's gonna be on 3 and
My nuttage.
it's gonna be
Come
1,
on.
2, 3, go.
Oh, my nuttage.
1, 2, 3, go.
Oh,
Come on, Derek.
oh my God.
Hold him. Up. Just think up. Think up, Derek. Think up. Think up. Awesome.
That I like the Jeopardy sound effects. That was awesome.
Nobody can take this guy.
So I first met Derek at a youth group, like Christmas function in 1999. We became fast friends after finding out that we both liked the same Christian pop punk band. Their name was Noggin Toboggan, which is crazy. It's so stupid. But yeah, I mean, we were off and running. He was explaining to me in excruciating detail the plot of Office Space probably within the first 30 minutes that we met, and we've been friends ever since. And he has never stopped explaining plots to me in excruciating detail. But that's one of the things that's so endearing. When I think about Derek, and I've known him for almost 20 years, it's crazy. There's been like so many phases. So, you know, Derek in 1999 and Derek in 2005 and Derek now are different people. You know, he's grown a lot, and that seems like a cheesy thing to say or an obvious thing to say, but not everyone grows like that, and not everyone takes the hand that's dealt to them and makes the best of it, you know. And Derek, even though there were some phases that included peeing off a bridge onto cars that were passing below, there's also like a lot of really great art and fun times that guy has willed into existence. One of the weirder, but maybe possibly one of my favorite Derek moments was the Owls dance party. So Owls is a indie rock group that has members of like early emo bands like Cap and Jazz, and I don't need to get all music critic on it, but anyway, they their thing is, you know, these songs are really interesting time signatures, and so Derek was obsessed with this Owls record. It came out, and it's a great record, but he had the idea that everybody should come over to his house and dance to it, an Owls dance party. And you know, it's tough to dance to those funky time signatures, and so Derek is in the middle of the room, like just hell-bent on the fact that he's going to dance to this record in its entirety, front to back, and there's like 15 people in this house, all just doing the wallflower thing, like just lining the wall of his house, watching him dance, and it was weird, truly weird, like performance art. You know, they say like dance like no one is watching, but everyone was watching. Just absolutely crazy. In that same house, he had like taken a photo of himself every day with a Polaroid, and then would like post it on the wall, and so you had in real time like this update of Derek, and you would see the hair get long and then the haircut. You would see like maybe he hadn't changed his shirt for a couple days, then it changes. He had an entire wall of these. It was like he was like the most normal avant-garde performance artist ever. It was crazy. But yeah, it's been really cool to see the adult side come out now, but he doesn't do the avant-garde as much, but he puts that same effort into building the house and relationship and the whole world that they have inhabited and are going to forever. And that's a lot of work, and that's a lot of art, and to put that energy into building something with someone is cool, special to see Derek become a man, because I never thought it was going to happen.
Hi, Derek. This is what you look like when you're drunk. You stumble around a lot, and it's kind of fun, but it's not a lot of fun. This is a really bad tasting beer. So you have you have two minds, because I know how I'm gonna look at this when I'm not drunk, but also I'm really drunk. So I know the reality of things, but I also know but at the same time I'm really, really drunk. This tastes really bad. I'm listening to Tattoo. If you're watching this when you're sober, don't erase it, because it's proof, or it'll remember the first time you've ever been drunk. I have to pee. I'll be right back. I know the reality of it. Whoops. I cut myself on the thumb. I'm not sure how, but spilled beer all over myself. Then I cleaned it up, and after I cleaned it up, I noticed that I spilled beer all over I cut my finger. My thumb. Your drums.
Hi, Derek. This is what you look like when you are married. This is a really bad tasting beer. I know what you're going to think I have two minds. It's like you're watching this when you're single, but it's like I'm married, and you kind of stumble around and have sex a lot, and it's kind of fun, but it's like really fun. So I know the reality of things, and I'm listening to tattoos right now. So if you're watching this when you're single, don't erase it, because it's proof of it'll remember the first time you ever got married. So so congratulations, man. It's been a long road to get here, and Jordan's a cool girl. I'm glad you're marrying her. So instead of Krishna. And so I have to go have sex right now. But I cut my finger the other day, and I don't know how, and then I spilled beer all over my wife. The reality.
Alright, this is our newest song. I saw a couple of you nod your heads.
I might start coughing because I just burned a whole bunch of coffee filters. Let's see. I'll try to make this even. So, yeah, all right. So Jimmy asked if I would record a video of I think the first night we met, or my first impressions of Derek. So yeah, let me see. All right, this is what I remember. I didn't really get a good look at him, but I remember mostly it was like a feel. So I guess my first impression of Derek was more like a feel of Derek, which was kind of electric. Like he seemed, I sort of heard him before I looked at him. And I don't know, I guess like when I first walked in, I did sit closer to him than Kurt, probably just because he seemed a little more sane. And also, I guess I probably figured that maybe he was dating Jimmy because it was Valentine's Day and I just assumed like the bartender's partner would be hanging out there. So anyway, my first impression of Derek was like a feel of Derek. And I would describe that as is like the way that he was speaking. I could tell that he had a lot of processing power in his brain because he was talking really fast and being incredibly descriptive. Like he wanted people listening to him to kind of be transported into his space. And that struck me as really genuine. Like it struck me as this guy wants people to know who he is. And I thought that was really endearing. I also, as the, I don't think I was there very long, but what I remember about my first encounter with Derek was just, yeah, he was super genuine and he spoke so rapidly that he kind of jumped all over the place, but he spoke so rapidly and so clearly that I thought, yeah, this guy just, he has something to say. Like he really wants people to be in his world. And I guess he struck me maybe as a tad bit like lonely or something. Like maybe that's what struck me. That he was just kind of reaching for someone to hear him. And then I guess as I was starting to leave, he left and I offered him a ride home. And I think since I really thought he was dating Jimmy, it wasn't like I wanted to go hang out at his home, but I wanted him to, it's just something I do because I have a car and I've always thought of my car as a privilege, so when people are walking, I give people lots of rides home, unless they're just, I don't know them at all, which I didn't know him, so that was weird. So I must have just thought that he was trustworthy, and yeah. But as I watched him walk away, he seemed kind of shy and awkward, but also put together in a way. Like he seemed to know who he was. And looking back on that, that's probably why I agreed to go out with him when he Facebook messaged me. And there was something else that struck me too. It just hit, like, he's, something else I noticed and I thought about when I read his Facebook message. Oh yeah, I remembered that he said he was a window washer. And I thought that was so refreshing because I'd kind of encountered a lot of computer programmers and people that were kind of totally full of themselves, and Derek just didn't have that vibe at all. He didn't seem like he was boastful or an asshole. He seemed like a really genuine, cool person, and somebody that I wanted to get to know. So yeah, I think I was sad when I saw him walk away. I didn't ever expect to see him again, but there was this moment of like, he seems like a cool person I'd like to get to know. So yeah, that's my first impressions of Derek. And I guess if you want to know my first impressions of him from our first date, those were much better. And we met at Flowers and had some whiskey and talked. We stayed for like 2.5 hours or so, and then went for a walk. But I went to the bathroom, and when I came back, I had this fleeting moment, which is really weird looking back, but I had this fleeting moment where I just was like, I think I'm gonna marry this guy. And then, you know, of course, like, that's fucking crazy. You just met him, but it seemed like we really got along well and had the same values, which I treasure in him. And not to say I treasure my own values, but I mean, they're my values. So what I treasure in him now even is that he's just super authentic. He's never lied to me, and he's just always himself. So yeah, those are my first impressions of Derek. And then our third date, like, again, he was sitting next to me in a movie theater, and I felt it was that feeling again, kind of like electricity, that he's just a cool person. So yeah, those are my first impressions of Derek. I hope that's what you're looking for. I can't say that my impressions of him are any different. I just seem to know him a little bit better. Okay.
Lost in the room, down Christmas tree is in the house. I swear tis Christmas Eve. I will bounce this year. The last Christmas present in the world is myself. I always wish it there for the rest of my life.
falcon.